Thing walking around in the cornfield, like heavy footsteps in the cornfield. Probably there was one, the shadow we saw right behind us we heard, and then after it made the noise you could hear definitely somewhere over there something made the same noise. And we heard a clicking noise coming from somewhere like back there, it seemed like, and then we heard this one clicking and then one over there. We heard something walking around in the cornfield. Whenever they went closer out there with the flashlights, you could see like a big something, Bigfoot. One, you could see it was really, really big, and you could see it was all totally dark, and it was kind of hunched over, like it wasn't a person. It wasn't walking like it was a human.
So, where was the tent?
Right there.
Where? Let's go.
What? I'll show you. Right here.
Okay, you had it.
Like the door was facing the cornfield. It was right here. Well, you don't know what our tent looks like, but...
Okay. And it was, when was it? Was it, it was in the summer or the spring?
Summer.
Summer, and was the corn down?
Yeah, it was just all...
There was no corn at all, just open field.
Yeah.
So you could see everything, no corn at all, no grass.
There was nothing.
Why, Caitlin, the corn would at least be this high?
And it was June. There was no corn.
There was no corn.
There's nothing sticking up. That's how we knew it. It was a Bigfoot.
But, you know what I noticed is look at the heels back here.
Well, are you close enough to hear her?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah, we're close enough. Okay, give us a little rundown of what happened then. Who was all with you? Was it just you or a couple people?
Okay, so it was me, my boyfriend Tim, our friend Jake, and Steven, my brother. And I was in the tent and they were by the fire. We had a fire in the fire pit right there.
Okay.
And we heard something walking around in the cornfield, like heavy footsteps in the cornfield. Probably, maybe, I don't know, 50 feet away, maybe. So we got a flashlight. Tim went in the house and got a flashlight, and we were all out here. And Tim and Jake started walking out towards it and shining a light on it. And it was walking briskly that way. And we heard...
Right to left.
It was coming, it was walking this way, and we heard a clicking noise coming from somewhere like back there, it seemed like. And then we heard this one clicking, and then one over there. And then whenever they went closer out there with the flashlights, you could see like a big something, Bigfoot.
So you could see
like the outline kind of it.
It wasn't on all fours like a bear?
No, it was like a big guy.
Like a person?
It wasn't a guy though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Well, how do you know it wasn't a person? I mean, how do you know it wasn't like one of your buddies out here? Because you were all in your tent and...
Okay, well, one, you could see it was really, really big, and you could see it was all totally dark, and it was kind of hunched over, like it wasn't a person. It wasn't walking like it was a human.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
So was it like the moon out, or was it dark, pitch black?
Well, we had a fire.
Yeah.
So that's how we had light out here, and that's how we sort of saw it, and then they got the flashlight so we could see a little bit more.
So you said it was making a clicking noise. Do you think it was clicking like with its mouth or clicking with rocks? Could you tell?
I don't know.
No? And you think there might have been two?
I just know that there was one, the shadow we saw right behind us we heard, and then after it made the noise you could hear definitely somewhere over there. Something made the same noise.
Wow. But you only saw one subject.
Yeah.
Wow. And you said your boyfriend grabbed the flashlight and he went in there, basically looking him and someone else.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they end up chasing it or just?
No. Well, it was like I said, it was probably 50 feet out, and they started walking out to try to get a better view of what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And as they got closer, it kept going the other way.
And they did see it like walking away or running away?
It was, like I said, I think it was a brisk walk. I don't think it was running.
Yeah, just walking pretty good, fast.
Yeah.
And that's basically, there's no homes right in that direction, right?
No, all back there, if you go back there, there's just like a trail in between the cornfield, and there's just a ton of woods.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
cornfield goes for a good ways.
Yeah, it goes pretty far.
How many acres do you think that is?
30?
30?
There's a lot of field there.
I think that would be, looks like more from here, but it's hard to tell. And you said there wasn't any corn in it at the time, right?
No, there was nothing.
So you could obviously, it's pretty much flat, because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's pretty much flat, so you could see a good distance
Yeah.
from where you were. And what else is strange is a friend of mine where do you have his sighting at? One of these hillsides here, right?
Across the river.
Or is it that one? That's it there.
Where's East?
That's it there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right up there.
where a friend of mine had his sighting. Okay, now your brother, he did have footprints, but he deleted them off his camera phone or whatever, right?
Well, yeah, the next morning he went out to look because he was with us, and it was definitely a Bigfoot. And he took pictures, and I guess he needed space on his phone or something, so he deleted them.
Yeah, because I wanted them. I did see them.
Yeah, I saw them. They look pretty legit.
Yeah. So just take a shot of her pointing me in a direction where she thinks it was, just for good sake. So you can stand where you think you were where the tent was. Tent was right about here, and yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna be like Boba.
Okay.
You ever watch Finding Bigfoot? Okay, I'm gonna come out here. Can you hear me? Okay. Now you're basically standing about where you guys saw it. You can tell me where you think it was. Back.
Keep going. Oh, you want the direction or the distance?
About how far?
From me?
Yeah.
You have to, well, it was over this way, but we won't be able to see you. Keep going farther. It was farther than that. Oh, probably, maybe a little bit more. No, that's actually, yeah, that's probably about right. Right where you are. Yeah. Yep.
Where this one?
So, sideways a little bit back, but sideways. Yeah.
An angle?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no houses back there, right?
Nope.
The only house is over here, right? And it's about,
Yeah, there's one. You know.
who owns the cornfield? You don't know? I thought, isn't there a house back here?
There's one. It's more.
Way back.
Back by the river.
Oh, wow, that far?
Yeah, right at the top of Drummond's.
So that is a pretty good, there's a lot of open space out there.
That's the only house back there, and then it's all river.
Yeah, plus you
Yeah.
got a little row of houses here, then it's dead end. This is a dead end
Yes.
street. And there's nothing this way. And you can,
Way down around, there's a farm.
Is it?
Way down around along
Yeah,
the river.
I know what you're talking about.
but the farmhouse isn't over here.
No.
Okay, bring it over here. Look. That's the direction it went, right?
Yes.
You're still all right if you want to get out in there. You can point and show us where you think it went. It's your,
Can you tell me the point?
yeah, where do you think it went? What direction?
Sideways, but diagonally, like back towards the. See the hills right there?
Yeah.
That way.
Well, that seems more reasonable because there's really nothing there, right? Right?
No. Right.
It went for that, basically for that ravine type. All right? And
Yeah.
that's the river back in there. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what do you think it was?
A Bigfoot. Obviously.
Yeah? And you've lived here all your life, right? You grew up
Yep.
here. And you've never had anything else?
No, but I never stayed outside at night
Nah? Are you going to do it again?
in the summer.
Are you going to be looking for it? Yeah. Cool. Okay, thanks. Is this part of your bed sheet? Here's her bed sheet that they pissed after they saw the Bigfoot. They peed on it and pooped on it. See the poop?